What's up, everybody? Everybody. How is everybody? Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Hope you're awesome. Hope you're everything. Hope, hope, hope. What's up? I'm back. Yay. You're so excited. I know. You can barely contain yourself. I know. I can see that. I understand. It's fine. But yeah, how's it going, everybody? One person viewing, one like. Good ratio. 3 people watching, one like. Not so great ratio. Matt Boardman is here. Living La Vida Loca. I'm so excited. Why are you excited, Matt? As I was going live, I saw that you sent me a message, but I have not had a chance to listen to it yet. So I don't know if that's what you're excited about or not, but I'm glad you're here. Um, sorry, I've been, you know, occupied. Just lay down then. Hi. Smack that like button. Hi, Fleet Paw. You didn't come rolling in with Never Fear Fleet Paws here. Must not be playing bingo. Matt Boardman, because you're live, and I will be able to be here for the whole thing. What? The whole thing, says you. That's awesome. Only moderators are here. Oh, Clona Jonathan's there too. Hi, Clona Jonathan. Why have you not hit like yet? I know, right? Clona Jonathan, Stuart seems excited, and we're bringing it to you live. Well, I'm not really excited. Fine. Was I playing it up? Was I being too... Okay, I was too over the top. I'm sorry. I'll dial it down. So I don't know if you remember my live from Saturday. Was it Saturday or Sunday? I came up with the idea for a new series of videos on this channel. I filmed the first one last night, and the series is called Shelf by Shelf, where I go through. You guys are always asking, what the fuck is back here? What's on these shelves? Well, I go through and I actually show you guys what is on the shelves. And I start with the top shelf up there, and the randomness that is down here on the floor that doesn't have a home yet. And I wanted them to be short videos. The first one was about 53 minutes, but it's really good, actually. I saw 53 minutes, and I'm like, oh my God. Then I went back and edited it, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. You guys are going to be finding out what's on these shelves, shelf at a time. And there's a lot of cool stuff. So I'm excited for that, I guess. So yeah, just gotta flick that over. There we go. So yeah, I'm excited for you guys to see this new show that, thanks to Dan Ben, it was kind of the impetus was kind of his to get me to do this. So yeah, that won't be this Wednesday. That'll be the following Wednesday. But I just wanted you guys to be aware of it. And so there you go. Fleetpa, I'm still a little pissed about science officers rankings, and I'm still a little disappointed in you for your coming in late and being like, why this, why that? And it's like, because I've been dealing with that for like at least 40 minutes. When people coming in late, why is this person there? It's like, we put them in a different slot, and then they got moved because of a super chat. So I was just, you can be pissed about it all you want. I really don't give a fuck, Fleetpaw. It is what it is. You don't like it, I don't give a shit. We have reasons for the rankings. We give all of our valid reasons, and then we take into account what you guys say. And we did move yours to where they needed to be for a time. So, Geraldine, still watching Science Officers Rankings. Guess I'll go back to it. Why are you leaving the live to go watch a other live? Oh, that's okay. Harry Kim is not A tier. I have spoken. Sure. You keep telling yourself that. You keep telling yourself that. Geraldine Carstensen. Oh, dang. I got to get back to watching all that. Oh, it is frustrating for fuck as me for frustrating as fuck for me to do that live because of all the people fucking having a hissy fit. Guys are pretty friggin' passionate about your science officers, and then our justification doesn't mean anything, or somebody comes in late and doesn't understand the whole conversation that happened beforehand, and then something got moved down a slot because of a super chat, and we have to explain, bruh, it's there because of a super chat. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy the rankings, but that was just frustrating. It's like a friggin' nightmare that wouldn't end. Geraldine said, no, not right now. Later. Okay. Yeah, go back and watch it later. Bandit, new 2025 Dodge Charger, debuting on March 5th. Hope they make a version with a 3.0 twin turbo. Nice. I hope it doesn't suck, because the designs of the last couple Chargers have actually absolutely sucked. I like the rear ends of them. I don't mind the front. Side, stop. You're trying to emulate that 69 Charger look, and it doesn't look good at all. It fucks your body lines. Don't do that, please, for the love of God. So hopefully it doesn't suck this time. That's all I can say. Okay, Lola, what are you doing? Lay down. Yeah. Dan is here, Generation Productions. Every time he comes in, first thing out of his mouth is, "Hey, Captain Foley, question," and then like a paragraph of question. So let's get into it. Why couldn't Starfleet build giant transporters like Stargates that would transport entire ship? It would save on warp drive, spore drive, and impulse drives. Because transporters have a range. Even a large transporter would have a range of, I don't know, let's say 100,000 kilometers, 200,000 kilometers. It's not helpful unless you build like a railway of them, and then it's just plus the complicated nature of beaming an entire ship and everybody aboard and having them come out the other side perfect every time. That would be a fucking nightmare. That would be a perfect episode of Trek, though. The ship comes out as like a crumpled ball or a twisted. Yeah, I think it's just too overly complicated for a transporter to actually calculate not only everybody's body and position in the ship. I think that would be a goddamn nightmare. That's why. Plus, there's no projection systems to project it further than a certain range of the transporter. Even if you beef up the size of the transporter, they tried doing something similar with transwarp drive. Transwarp drive was invented to tie in the transporters to the warp drive, and we did a whole video about it. And I think it's fact files or data files maybe. But yeah, part of the process was using the transporters to transport, while in warp, transport the warp engines, the coils, slightly ahead of the ship, just slightly, so the ship had to theoretically travel faster to keep up with them. It didn't work. So that's why. That'd be my guess. There are probably other answers to that. But Stargates are a totally different technology. So, but if you build one in one system, go to the other system, build another one, and set those coordinates, again, transporters don't reach that far. Unless you're in the Kelvin verse. If you're in the JJ verse, then you can beam from planet to planet. So that could work in the Kelvin verse. That could be the next movie. Stargate or Star Trek, The Gates or something. I don't know. The Gates of Hell. Hope that answered your question. Olivia, leave my future ex-husband alone. Who's your future ex-husband? Hey, Trekyards is here. I see you. So I'm thinking of doing something, and I talked to Sylvie about this tonight. I want to like shave this part of my mustache off and leave these parts like Klingon style. I don't know how it would look. I don't know how I feel about that. What is your take on it, guys? What do you think? Should I try it? Problem is, if I do that, it's going to take a longer time than most people for this to grow back. So, yeah, not really full on, but like this much of it shaved off, and then just these here, and then leave all this. Is that something that might work? Because honestly, sometimes when I eat like hot dogs or something, like the mustache like gets in the condiments of there. I don't know. That's a weird transition to that. But anyway, Sylvia says to do it. If it doesn't work out, it'll grow back in a few weeks because it does take a long time for my facial hair to grow. Geraldine says, well, look, Cap, you got Olivia coming to Fleetpaw's defense. Mirror Universe. Fleetpaw, okay, now that's over with. I'm better now. Just thought you should know. I will never speak of this again. Oh, I'm sure you will. You'll mention it at Wonderfest, and I'll have to like hit you with something. I don't know. But yeah, I'm sorry that you're wrong, and you're going to fight to the death for that. But if that's the hill you want to die on, I will definitely be up there with the gun if you want that, or the phaser in this case, or the tricorder because it's science officers. Yeah, they never had a two-door charger option. Hello, Robert Westfall. Trek or not, the energy required to store information for beaming and then degradation of what information over long distances. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It would just be too complicated and too, yeah, I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust it. Bandit, with a Stargate, you would pass up a lot of stuff that would be unexplored. That's a good point. Part of Starfleet is exploration. My mind wasn't even in that gear to answer that question, but yes, that's the other thing. You would miss things like that. Not to mention anomalous interactions. Yeah. Cody Michaels, I got a rare day off. I catch your live stream, Cap. I got that Worlds of the Federation book. Thanks for the recommend. Funny you mentioned that because that book is in the video that's coming out not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. Glad you got the book. Hopefully you enjoy it. Trek or not, then perception, people might freak out at the idea of being beamed through deep space. There's that too. Trek, that is another thing. There are wormhole gates portals in TNG. Bandit, quantum tunneling would negate warp drive as a main drive. Warp would just be secondary. Yeah, I mean, they could do something like that, sure. But, and I guess for like large fleet movements over a large area in times of war and stuff, that might make sense. But I think Starfleet loves the idea of exploration and, yeah, running across those things as they're traveling. So I could see it being used for just specific instances and not just general travel. So Kelvinverse, what is time? That is timeline forbidden. Matt says full on war style. I say do it. It'll grow back. Fleetpaw says, God, I hope I'm not her future ex-husband. Olivia says, no, my take is no. Oh, Lola. Raven DeGray throws in $5. Thank you so much for the super chat. If anybody wants to super chat, I'd really appreciate it. So thank you, Raven. 28 people here and only 12 likes, guys. Hit that like button. Let's get those likes up. We should be doing better than that. It's less than half the like ratio. What the hell? Hit the like button. Anyway, Raven DeGray, $5 should be enough to get you a tall boy of something decent at the LCBO on me. Cheers. Yeah, it'll barely buy something, but yes, thank you. Bandit, Babylon, Galactica, Star Trek Wars. It's all merging into one nightmarish mess. Olivia, Fleetpaw, you're my future ex-friend if you don't be nicer to me. Don't say that to him. He's going to be mean to you now. Geraldine, mustache, try it-ish. Paul Hitchcock, do it on a long weekend. Also, maybe let the sides grow out a little more before you shave the middle part. Yeah. Sylvia thinks it's a good idea. I don't want these, like, I don't know how long to make these, though. Because I can't grow this. This shit just doesn't grow here. So I can't grow it down. Otherwise, I'd have a connecting one. But I can't. I can't grow facial hair to save my life. Robert Westfall, sounds like you want an invid on size of the Death Star to get it all worked out. Hashtag Robotech the Shadow Chronicles. Cody Michaels, you got to grow the stash out before you shave the middle. Fine. Carlo, hi. Hope everybody is well as can be. Thank you, Carlo. Bandit, time to ditch the facial hair. Bring back clean shave. Clean shaven. I've never been clean shaven for Trekyards. I've always had this and this. This wasn't always around, but I kind of like this because it hides my double chin. But I go back and watch old Trekyards where this is not there and you can see my double chin and it just makes me look fatter. I don't like that. Hail Kuroga. I spit on Kurogo. Now not Fleet Paw. Now Bird of Prey 5 is gonna be mad. Generation Productions. Oh, yeah. Nice stash cap, like mine, kind of. Bill says Starfleet is kind of a civilian military. 100%, yes. Paul Hitchcock, I like the Gaunt drive that David Mack had the Resistance use in Raise the Lions. Rise the Lions. Go lay down, all right? Just lay down and go to, just chill out. Lay down. Lola is going in for surgery tomorrow. She goes, I know, which means you haven't been able to eat food for the last couple hours and you can't drink after like midnight. She's got to go in tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. She's going to be at the vet's all day. She's going to get sedated, put under, surgerized, and then hopefully we'll be picking her up at 5:30ish, maybe sooner. But yeah, she's going in. She's got a bladder stone, about 2.5 centimeters, and it's really been bothering her. So they got to slice her open and clean out her bladder, and not looking forward to it. And it's pretty expensive. So if you super chat, that'd be great. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But no, she's going in tomorrow. So I'm kind of worried about her a little bit. But she'll be feeling better after it. So quantum slipstream, that is, not tunneling. Yes. SC Scout Guy, wasn't there an episode of Voyager where a race had transporters that could go for light years? Yes. But it was powered but from their planet. So you couldn't take it off planet. They actually brought it back in Picard season 2. The Borg use it in it's referenced Solarian, or I forget the species, whatever, the people that had it. But yes, they could go from the planet to the moon and planet to planet in their system and stuff like that. And they weren't sure of the range, and Voyagers were going to use it, and then they found out they couldn't take it off world because then it wouldn't work. Okay, Jesus Christ. Lay down. You'll be fine. Trek or not, I have seen comparisons of Starfleet with British Antarctic Survey, the U.S. Coast Guard, both of which have an exploratory role. Oh my God. And also defense responsibilities, but not exactly military unless wartime. That's Starfleet, yeah, 100%. Fleet Paw, I like you, Olivia. If I didn't pick at you, you'd think I was mad or something. Carlos says TOS Klingon facial hair. Not just TOS. I mean, Worf had the same thing going on. Olivia, I want to know how long you can grow your beard to a point. I've tried that. It's funny because the way it grows, it kind of grows, as you can see, it kind of all goes like this. So when I even it out and trim it, I trim it all nice and neat. And then it just naturally does that. And it looks like it's all, because my follicles are all weird and it grows funny. So I can't. I'm not going to do that again. Carlo, who we are. That's very true. Raven DeGray, I hear you, Cat. Prices here for groceries and whatnot have gone through the roof these days. Everywhere, man. Geraldine Karstenson's mods. Coraline, checkmark. I guess somebody's playing bingo. Carlo, don't spit on bird. You wouldn't like a wet bird. I wasn't spitting on Bird of Prey 5. I was spitting on his country. Kuroga. Down with Kuroga. Down with Kuroga. Down with Kuroga. Is it an election year in Kuroga? Let's take care of that situation. Bandit says, yeah, it was some kind of projector to travel thousands of light years. Yes. Olivia, what did you do to my loaf of bread? Nothing. But the vet's going to cut her. It's the best thing since sliced bread. Paul Hitchcock, did you already talk about the Saturn Awards and Picard Season 3 won yesterday? Nope. I'm glad they won. Yay. Raven DeGray, $5 Canadian for Lola. Oh, thank you, Raven. Robert Westfall, Stewart, are you sure you're not a Freeman from Arrakis, aka Dune? That was an offering of your own bodily fluids to chat. Yeah, no, Dune can suck my balls. I fucking hate Dune. So, Generation Productions. Oh yeah, I forgot the board kind of had that with the transwarp gates and transwarp apertures. Yeah, they're well, those gates opened up transwarp tunnels, so they were actually still traveling. It wasn't like instantaneous like a transporter would have been. So it's not the same thing, but it's slipping into like the subspace realm to travel through the tunnels. So it's a little different. The Sakaran trajector. That's the one. Fleet Pond knows what's up, even though he doesn't know what a science officer is. Generation Productions. Yeah, damn. The board get the best stuff. Sad that they now get played as villain of the week rather than a real threat. Pretty much. Olivia Julius, $2. Shall I send the other doggies treats? I mean, that's up to you. Lola's been on a diet for the last little while. She needs to lose some weight. Olivia, Fleetpaw says he likes me. You hear that? A guy says he actually likes me. Fleetpaw, I have never not liked you, Olivia. Vile Mike is here. Howdy, folks. Oh, goody. Vile Mike's here. How's it going, Vile Mike? Paul Hitchcock, has anyone checked out the Roddenberry Archive Otoy Bridge recreations? Yes. Bandit says, A1C, down with rebels. Rebels is sure. Carlo Albanese, yes, and you have 3 options: Bird of Prey 5, Bird of Prey 5, or Bird of Prey 5. But I want Bird of Prey 6. Cal Swinderman, do you think the wins for season 3 will help the chances for Legacy? Probably not. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Trekyards, I see Fan Sets has put up the animated series Com Badge cap. That's cool. I got to grab that one. Speaking of, I don't think we've ever done an animated Trekyards badge. I don't think so. That'd be cool. Hold on 1 second. I think this thing fucking moved. Bookcase, look back further. Anyhow. Carlos says, what do you think would happen in the TOS bowling alley if they lost gravity? Would there be a ball guy to tie them down? What happens to anything on the ship when that happens? Tony Michaels, the Star Treks that I like are the most are the ones that lean more on the militaristic approach, so I tend to go with military. Fred has returned. Hello, Fred. How's it going, sir? Olivia, would this be a disagreement with the mods then? What? Fleetpaw, all hail the vile one. Hail vile Mike. Bandit says, "Are they real? Are they a real couple, Fleetpaw and Olivia?" I don't know. Ask them. Robert Westfall. Puggy growled at Vile Mike. Well, yeah. Trek or not, there is no Bird of Prey 6, only Zool. Bandit, that commercial on TV, down with Rubble Sis. I have no idea what the fuck that is, so I don't know what you're talking about. Trek or not, animated Spock wasn't in the ranking tonight either, just realized. Well, that's because it's the same Spock as TOS Spock. Well, Mike, no sarcasm in your voice there, Captain, in that greeting. I am good, but rainy here in SoCal right now. I've heard that. Hope you and yours are doing well in the land of milk and syrup. Yes, we are. Hopefully you are well as well also, maybe. I don't know. Vile, I tell you. It's been a while since I've seen you. Why are you showing up tonight? Kyle says, out of curiosity, do you have any thoughts on Legacy? Why Legacy hasn't been greenlit after Strange New Worlds was so quickly? Well, I wouldn't call Strange New Worlds quick to get greenlit, but no, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know how the politics of it work. I don't know what the personalities behind it are like and the politics of it. I don't know. I just don't know. So I cannot help you. Fred says he's good. Good to hear. Fleetpaw, I thought you did a lower decks version of the Trekyards badge. That's animated, right? No, we don't have a lower decks version of the Trekyards badge. And yes, that's animated, but that's not the animated I was talking about. I was talking about the animated series, which has the cockeyed kind of weird delta. So either way, you're wrong on that one. Bandit says, "Oh, any new Trek news lately?" No, not that I'm aware of. Carlo, I still think. Anyway, Carlo, I still think we should build a full-scale TOS Connie. You have the following now. You could build it. There's a Build the Ship, the Enterprise project on Facebook. Go check it out. Ernesto is it's his dream to do that. Not a real ship in orbit, but like the one they wanted to do in Vegas, the hotel, which I did a video on. Build the Ship, and then that Vegas hotel that would have been cool to see on the skyline. But no, I don't have the following for that. Vile Mike, all hail Fleetpaw, the swift one. Matt Boardman. Matt has many thoughts as to why it hasn't been greenlit. So as to sharing those in public, probably not best shared. The mods are being mean to each other. Cody Michaels, I just started collecting the fan sets badges. So happy with them. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Bandit, LOL. Oh my god. Fleetpaw, no, we have never met in real life at all. Carlo, tonight is a good night for Trekyards. Every night is a good night for Trekyards. So saith the shepherd. So saith the flock. Olivia, this is not Trekyards, by the way. This is Captain Foley personal channel. Hello. Olivia, I agree with Fleetpaw. Finally, he can be a small. Oh my god. Power 543 fan films. Love you, bud. There's the Samuel. Samuel has arrived. Robert Westfall. Hiya, Commander. Paul Hitchcock. I am hoping that the lack of legacy news is due to either not wanting to tread on Discovery's final season, which is fair, or that no new shows will be greenlit or announced until Paramount is sold. Could be both, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if we get an announcement. If it's going to go through with Legacy, I wouldn't be surprised if we get an announcement after Discovery has started, at least for the final season. Maybe at conventions early this year. I don't know if they'll announce that. Maybe they'll announce it at STLV. That would be awesome too, because we're going to be there. I don't know. I don't know. It could just be that they're keeping it till a later time, sure, but who knows at this point. Trekyards says Grand Dictator Commander Cockings of the Fandom Empire and Trekyards Continuum is here. Wow, such a title, such a prestigious title. Trekyards. Oh, I just read that one. I just got a private message. That's funny. Generation Productions. Well, as for the reason why Legacy might not be greenlit, it's because other projects are in the works, such as the new movie and an attempt to get Section 31 done, and others that may take resources. Well, there is no movie. The only movie that's in production right now is Section 31. And no, the Picard movie is not a thing. It's not a thing yet. There's a script that might be floating around. That's all that is. So no, that's absolutely not what it is. Wow, Mike, I've been busy with work, going for a district manager position. Also got a new PC, so working on new videos, mostly shorts at the moment. Restarted Jet Nerdy and approaching the 200th CNA stream. Nice. Fleet Paw. Okay. Robert Westfall, why not build a DSV9 in real life? A DSV9 or DS9? Because that'd be a fuck of a lot bigger and way more resources. Plus, more people know the Enterprise and want to be on the Enterprise than Deep Space Nine. Bandit, who is buying Paramount? I forget. There's some kind of merger happening. I don't know. Sam says, who's excited for the new TOS fan film for us? Nice to be in the TOS era again. There are a couple of nice things about that era. Yeah, there's a lot of nice things about that era. In case you didn't know, this Saturday he's got a new fan film coming out. Can you tell? Go check it out. Track or not, if frack is fuck, then fracking in BSG means fucking, like literal ground fucking is in BSG lingo. Yes, that is correct. Olivia. No. Robert Westfall. As the Japanese are fond of saying, Sam Nanny. I have no idea what that means. Raymond Anders is here. All hail Captain. Robert Westfall. Short a sound. Okay. Bandit says, what? No Picard or Kelvinverse prequel movies? Well, gosh darn it all to heck. Yeah, the prequel movie. I mean, oh yeah, that was kind of announced, wasn't it? I don't think that's the thing that's gonna. I don't know. It's been announced so many times. Stern Von Ulk. I sure hope someone who just got their green screen will be able to be in a TOS fan film. Generation Productions. Oh, Captain Foley. Yeah, there was talk about the Star Trek Picard movie, but I'm talking about the JJ verse origins of the Enterprise movie. First of all, nobody wants a fucking prequel of the Enterprise fucking movie. Second of all, that fourth fucking Kelvin film has been announced multiple times. How official it is, I don't know. Like I said, I'll believe it when I'm in the movie theater with popcorn. Then I'll believe it's a thing. Until then, it's just like, okay, that's a thing. That might happen, but probably not. I wouldn't get your hopes up for it. Matt Boardman, Skydance has been said to have made a pitch to purchase Paramount. Skydance, Sundance, whatever. Skydance. I'm feeling salty tonight, man. I don't know why. I'm feeling a little fucking snarky, and I apologize again. I don't know why I'm feeling snarky, but I'm feeling a little snarky, if you know what I'm saying. So if I get snippy with people, I apologize. Hit that like button, everybody. We have 30 people watching and 16 likes. We're over the 50% mark as far as that goes, but come on, hit the like button. Vile Mike, maybe they meant Sequest DSV, not DSV9. I have no idea. Bandit, oh, a merger. That must be with HBO. Paul Hitchcock, as has Byron Allen's company. You okay, Lola? She had some medicine tonight to prepare for tomorrow's surgery, so I hope it doesn't make her sick. You okay? Take that as a yes. A deep sea vessel from the show in the 90s. Oh, so Sequest DSV. Yeah. Who would want that, though? They're great fan films, fantastic work, yes. Is the Foley in the fan film? I don't know. Bandit, what is the fan film about? Let's not talk about, it's not going to turn into a talk about his fan films. Matt Boardman, curious your thoughts on the prospect of a Top Gun 3. It better, okay, if it doesn't have F-14s, then I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to be honest with you. The fact that they included an F-14 in number 2, if it doesn't have an F-14, I really don't care. I'll go see it, sure. Probably not in theater, though. I don't know. You could do a prequel. Fuck yeah, that's what you need to do. If you want to do a prequel, that's what you do is Top Gun the prequel, where you get like the younger, he would never do that. What am I talking about? Flashbacks to F-14s. You need F-14s in a Top Gun film. Generation Productions, yeah, that would be cool. A real ship, or at least a reboot of the series or movie would be cool. Vile Mike, at this point, what sort of Trek movie would you like to see or think Trek needs right now? Which cast series or something completely new? Something completely new would be awesome. A Lost Era movie? That'd be cool. New cast, new ship. That'd be awesome. You know, barring that, I mean, I would love a DS9 Voyager movie. Would be neat. With the cast that's still around. Trek or not, are you in need for some Trek at times when it seems like there is no Trek on the TV? Then Sam's your man. Visit Power 543 Fan Films and have a deal. It's all free. Yes. Paul Hitchcock, Zaslav heard of or WB HBO supposedly showing interest in Paramount, but hasn't been in the news cycle recently. Raymond Anders, I have been playing Star Trek Fleet Command for 2 weeks. How do you like it? Star Trek Fleet Command. Oh, it's all right. It's not. It's yeah. Eh. Stern Von Alk, I'd like to see the Enterprise theatrical film which fixes the horrible season finale. That would be great too. Matt Boardman, as Kirk said in Star Trek 6, I share the same sentiment about JJ's Star Trek 4. Let it die. Let it die. Bandit, Sequest DSV could use a new reboot. They just need a solid plan for a story. The 90s series was all over the place. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a remake of Sequest DSV. Set phasers to snark. Olivia, can we get more likes than Trekyards did this afternoon? Hit like now. We're at 21 likes, 29 people watching. I want to get to at least 25. Another 4 likes would be awesome. Vile Mike, I completely agree, but one that integrates the theme from all 3 series. Sam says, so Foley class versus 3D7s. Realistically, who wins and why? Or two 270s enough, or 4 or what the fuck is he trying to say? So 4 or 5 D7s. How many could the Foley class take on? I think 3, 2 comfortably. 3, any more than that, and it's just a numbers game. Even if the ship separates into 2, 4 might be manageable, I suppose. But I don't know. What the hell am I? A goddamn tactician? I don't know. Generation Productions, all good, Captain Foley. Even Kirk had his bad days. In a way, it is logical to be illogical sometimes. Robert Westfall, by the way, over in Japan, the new Gundam movie vaporized their box office. Hashtag shots fired. There's a new Gundam movie. Fleet Paw, let Kelvin Truck 4 go the way of the Edsel, out of production and vastly forgotten. Kyle Swinderman says, I love snarky Foley. Tell us how you really feel, Cap. Yeah, but I don't like getting snarky with you guys. And sometimes when I'm snarky, I read a comment that just annoys me for some reason. And I don't want you guys to think I'm lashing out at you guys because, you know, everybody says stupid shit. And a lot of times I just don't let it bother me. But sometimes it starts to bother me. And I don't want you thinking that. I don't want you walking away from this live going, fuck that guy. I'm going to fucking unsubscribe from his channel, dickhead. I mean, I'm sure you probably all do that on a regular basis as it is. But Generation Productions. Season 1 and 3 were better, though. Yeah. Snark Shack, baby. Snark Shack, baby, yeah. Snarky Foley is okay, except when he's snarky at you. Yeah, I was snarky at you at the beginning of this live stream, Fleet Paw, and at the end of the last one. Matt Boardman, I hear you. It's tough that the Navy sold off all the F-14s. Yeah, and then fucking trashed them all the vital components. So now, if any are left, they're just shells. Trekyards, I sent you an updated pic of my SF-14 Havoc, added micro pulse torpedo launchers. Yeah, Trekyards been making some Star Trek era fighters, and I sent him a bunch of reference photos from like the fighters from Starfleet battles because they had F-14s, they have F-18s. They just use modern day, well, for the time, modern day aircraft designations to name these fighters. So it's pretty cool designs. Raven DeGray, my wish is to get a mini-series of the last era. Bring back the Monster Maroons of the Lost Era, yes. Bandit, LOL, Top Gun 3 will have to take place in Iran. They bought the last of the F-14s. They did. Some of them are still flying. I don't know how well, but... Paul Hitchcock, I like the idea of James and George Kirk meet up in Star Trek 4. The idea of Kirk meeting his dad and maybe having to reconcile the idolized version of his father with the real man could be great drama. That'd be kind of cool. Olivia, $5. Puggy treats for the Chihuahua. May Dot get a smaller snout and become a roly-poly puppy. Thank you, Olivia. Matt Boardman, I'd honestly love to see a Vanguard series made in some sort of limited series or a group of films. Yeah, the Vanguard books are amazing. I've got I think I have all of those. I've got at least like 6 or 7 of those books, the Vanguard. I don't know how many they did after I kind of stopped paying attention, so I don't know. Fleet Pa, they didn't sell them. They shredded them, Matt. They gutted them and shredded a lot of them, but there's still a few around. They're just shells. I'd love to see a sequel to Airwolf. That would be cool. Modern day Airwolf. It'd be hard to top Airwolf's style, though. Even if you put the original Airwolf on screen today, it would look fucking super great. So you wouldn't need to update it any, but they would. They'd fuck it up. Like the new Knight Rider being a fucking Mustang. Or Team Knight Rider, where there's more than one. Ugh. Kyle Swinderman. That mock Cisco intro for series made me really want one, but Avery will never do it. Yeah, that fan-made Cisco opening title sequence was phenomenally done. Very well done. Clone of Jonathan, it's slightly early for Warner Brothers Distribution to do anything due to the restrictions from their last merger. Bandits. Since Cockings makes fan films, why no Captain Foley in command of the Foley class vessel? LOL. Right? That's a very good question. Fleetpaw. To keep a certain West Asian country from getting spare parts. Yes. Paul Hitchcock. I thought they were just shredded landing gear on the F-14. Well, Mike, maybe an Enterprise sequel, but set on the NX-06 with the main cast member as a captain dealing with more a natural disaster instead of yet another big bad alien race. Jaddock Productions. Gross, but hello, handsome captain. Thank you. Happy to see you online. Nothing wrong with a Class 9 snark. Fleetpaw. Nope, the whole thing. I think there were a handful left as museum pieces, but they're non-operational. Yes. Any ones that are left are gutted. And any vital components are destroyed. Robert Westfall, the new Gundam Seed fandom movie, Cap. That is the one I mentioned in my shots fired comment. I have no idea what a Gundam Seed freedom movie is, so yay. Clone of Jonathan, but who'd the main character be? And that was directed at Matt Boardman, so I assume he's talking about Top Gun 3. Well, you know they're not going to do another Top Gun without Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise's ego will not allow that, so he's got to be in it in some capacity. Generation Productions. Question. Speaking of Sequest, there was a ship called the USS Sequest in Star Trek. Just been trying to find its registry and class. That ship was. First time hearing of a Sequest in Star Trek, so I don't know what to tell you. So what was the class of the ship Sequest? I don't know. I've never heard of a USS Sequest in Star Trek, so I have no idea. Trek or not, Knight Rider remake would be an enhanced Tesla. Well, it's better than a Mustang, so there's that. Fleetpaw, not listed. Generation Productions. It was a ship, but no info for it. I didn't even know it was a ship. Bandit says Team Knight Rider. Well, at least the blonde and brunette were hot. I don't know. I never really watched it. I've seen clips of it here and there in the odd little review of it, but I've never seen an episode. Vile Mike, I have no idea. I think the USS Sequest was just on the graphic list in some random episode. I could be wrong, though. Yeah, that's pretty much probably all it was. How would you describe Robotech? Personally, for this group, like Top Gun and Star Trek had a baby with Transformers. You don't have to explain Robotech to me. I know what Robotech is. It's that and Macross are the same thing. I know what Robotech is. I got a fucking Robotech reference manual right there. But I've never heard of this movie. It's probably just a Japanese movie or an anime film. And in that case, I don't care. If it's not a big budget blockbuster or a Hollywood movie, I don't care. So that's what I was talking about. I don't need to have a Robotech explained to me. Like I said, there's a reference manual right over there, a visual archive. I know what Robotech is. They got some cool designs. See, that's what I mean by being snarky. It's like, I'm not fucking stupid. I know what Robotech is. Sorry. Blah, blah, blah. Do you fly planes, Cap? I've never before. I have before, and it's a blast. Funny you should ask. I almost got my pilot's license back when I was like 20, and I got half of my hours in, and then I started doing my solo hours, and I just could not afford to keep doing it. So yes, I've flown planes. Never got my license though officially. So it's expensive. It's fucking expensive, and I couldn't afford it. Jadic Productions, I'm not trying to make you feel grossed out, just trying to get a cheesy grin from you. Having a dude call me handsome is probably not the way to do that. I mean, I have been told I'm attractive by men, and it's a compliment, but it's kind of weird. Paul Hitchcock, I love DS9, but as I've gotten older, I really think they dropped the ball with the finale. Having Cisco leave Jake Cassidy and the unborn child at the end was a massive misstep, in my opinion. Hell yes. Even Avery Brooks thinks so. He was so happy to be playing a good, positive, single dad kind of role model on TV. Somebody that lost his wife but takes care of his son. And not only that, but a man of color. And he loved that about that character and the relationship that he had with Jake. And then what do they do in the final episode? Yeah, Avery Brooks wasn't happy about that. Matt Boardman, it was suggested that Rooster and Hangman would be the main characters. That would be cool. I wouldn't mind watching that. Just they got to come up with some better planes than F-18s. That's all I got to say. F-22s, I'd be down, but F-22s are not Navy planes. F-22s have weak landing gear and can't handle landing on aircraft carriers. So F-35s, I'm not interested. I don't want to watch it. I want to see nice looking planes flying. F-18s aren't bad, but watching Top Gun 2, that opening sequence, which is the same as the opening sequence of Top Gun, just with F-18s, it's like, it's giving me the feels a little bit, but then you see the F-18 silhouette and you're like, it's kind of like going to the strip club on a Tuesday afternoon and seeing the C or the D squad. It's like, you ain't no F-14, but sorry, F-18s are all right. I don't mind them, but F-14s are what made the movie Top Gun for me. So Top Gun 3 could see Maverick being recruited by NASA. The space shuttle thing. The new evil car could be a Tesla truck. Oh my God. Fleet Paw Stewart. It was in an Akudagram from Eye of the Beholder. Cool. I didn't actually know that, so that's cool. Raven DeGray, Tesla kit, although makes perfect sense in today's age. To me, it will always be the Trans Am. Yeah. And Fleet Paw, so an Akudagram in Eye of the Beholder. Well, back then they put they put names like that in. If you're a fan of the show, you're making the graphic, you put that in. They wouldn't be seen on TVs back then, so it's not really meant to be picked up. It's for the people on set to be like, haha, that's funny. All right, let's do the scene. Yeah, here's a list of ships. But now that we got the HD and the remastered, it's like, holy shit, look at all that stuff. You can read all that. So, yeah. Vile Mike, I can see the USS Sequest being an intrepid class, one specialized for aquatic research and missions, like they have the Sea Argo, a shuttle launched small submersible. That's pretty cool, actually, Vile Mike. Trekyards, did you check out the trailer for Constellation and Overlord Cap? No. I keep forgetting. Bandit says the KRO episode of Team Knight Rider was interesting. Michael Knight's replacement became unstable and influenced his Ferrari's AI to become malevolent too. Great. Kyle Swinderman, the snark around Robotech, LOL. We love it. Let's go. Trek or not, the problem with private pilot's license is that it requires you to fly a number of hours each year, which is super expensive even after qualifying, or they make you retake the test. Yes. That's why most engineers don't fly. It's just too expensive unless flying is your job. Yes, you need a certain number of hours to maintain your. And then you gotta rent the plane. You gotta or buy the fuel. It's just a fucking hassle. And if you get your own plane, I'll get my own plane. But then you gotta store the plane, and it's just no. Jadic Productions, would you prefer I know 5 ugly fuckers and Would you prefer saying, I know 5 ugly fuckers and I'm 4 of them? Yes, I would prefer that. Fleetpaw. So, if he flies and something happens to the flight crew, when someone asks, is anyone here a pilot? Technically, Stuart could say yes. No, because I was never actually a licensed pilot. I mean, no, I wouldn't even attempt. Olivia, I was thinking of doing a flight check ride with a company that allows us to fly small 2-seater for an hour for $300. Kind of want to do it. Do you recommend it? Yes, I do. It's very freeing to be flying, to have the plane under your control. It's just something about it. I was actually, okay, I think when I was like 14 or 15, one of my grandma's brothers owned a little private airstrip up north, and he had a plane called the Citabria. Now, Citabria is a tail dragger. It's a 2-seater. You got the pilot and then the passenger in the back. And it's a tail dragger, so like 2 up, 2 landing gear up front, 1 on the tail. And by the way, Citabria, this is an aerobatic plane. Citabria is aerobatic spelled backwards, but it's the name of the plane. It's the Citabria. So he took me up, and with the tail draggers, you got to do the zigzag down the taxiway because you can't see in front of you because you're facing up. So you got to zigzag, 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 looking at the sides. Got on the runway, took off, and had the radio in, the earpiece, and he's like, so how's it going back there? I'm like, this is great, I love it. And he said, so do you want to fly? And I'm like, no, I don't think so, because it was a stick. There wasn't a yoke. A yoke is like a steering wheel. This had a stick for the front and the back, right? He's like, do you want to fly? And I'm like, no, I'm good. He goes, well, I hate to tell you, but you've been flying for 5 minutes. I had my hand on the stick. He took his hand off and was like, okay. He goes, yeah, you've been flying for 5 minutes. As soon as he said that, I stiffened up and was like, oh, and the plane kind of went, because he got nervous, right? But then, yeah, I flew for a little bit, and that's kind of what got me my love for flying, was him doing that. And then about 5 years later, I went and I got my flight stuff around here somewhere, all my ground school stuff. Where did I put that? Yeah, my ground school stuff is up here somewhere. I'll have to, it'll come up when we do the shelf by shelf series. But yeah, so got all of my VFR hours done, which is visual flight rules, and then wanted to go for IFR, which is instrument flight rules. So you can fly at night, you can fly above clouds, and VFR is visual flight rules. You have to stay under the cloud level. You can't fly at night. You have to be able to see the horizon and see the ground. And yeah, I just couldn't afford to keep doing it, much as I would have loved to. So yes, Olivia, I recommend it. Fred says there are 204 F-14s left at Amark. Some are whole, some are shells. Kyle Swinderman, now no cap. Now no cap. It's 2024. Nothing wrong with another man calling another man attractive. Oh, now. Yes, I know. No, like I said, I've been told I've been attracted by, men, and it's like, thank you. That's a real compliment. But I know Jadek, and I'm like, yeah, I could do better than him, so. Fleetpaw, Stuart, you sexy fucker, how you doing? See, that's how you say it. I like that. See, that's perfectly acceptable coming from Fleetpaw. But handsome? Hey, handsome. That's just kind of creepy. But sexy fucker? Hell yeah. I'm all about that. Matt Boardman, they wouldn't do F-35s because they're single seat only. That's the only reason they did the F-18s, because it had the option for dual and single seats. Makes sense. Killing of Cisco was the dumbest move they did in DS9. They didn't kill Cisco, so Cisco went to the Celestial Temple. He wasn't not dead. Trekyards F-14 engines actually outperform most modern fighters, yeah, including F-35s. Yep. Well, Mike, I don't know. I like how the F-22 and F-35 look much better than the F-16s, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the F-16. Not a big fan of the F-15 either. But an F-15 and an F-14 look exactly the same. I hear that all the time. It's like, no, you can tell. Like, some people can't differentiate an F-15 from an F-14. The F-15 has straight vertical tail fins. The F-14 has canted ones. They look totally fucking different. I don't know how people can. Yeah, yeah. I like the F-22 the best out of the modern fighters, I think, for the U.S. But anyway. Theoretically, they could do a new future plane like the Navy was planning, a 6th generation fighter, kind of like the planes from Stealth. They looked pretty cool. Those were awesome. Yes. I like that design. Stealth is a good movie. Eddie. I'm Eddie, the complete package. I haven't watched that movie in a long time. I didn't like um, the Eddie design. I like the other ones that the other pilots were flying. Iron Eagle has entered the chat. I fucking love Iron Eagle, man. F-35 is like how cars went from mechanical to a lot of electronics. More likely to break and harder to fix. Matt Boardman, and some of it had to be changed in the HD remaster for that reason. I had to change a few LCARS graphics so they didn't have the names of companies. See? What am I saying? Cal Swinderman, I wonder if any Akutagrams had bad things on them that they had to remove later. Raven DeGray, F-14 and F-16 are the coolest U.S. fighters ever. Not the F-16. Sorry. Fleet Pa, there is a lot of things wrong with the F-35, but let's steer away from the real-world stuff for pricing and cost and overruns. Cisco isn't dead. He just went back to his alien's home. Yes. The Foley in an airplane type situation. Surely this would be funny. It's same with the UK carriers. They keep breaking. Absolute joke. Can't build shit these days. Kyle says, I feel like you and Dorn would get along well for your love of flying. Supply. Raven DeGray, the EF-2000 would be my third in a worldwide top 3 of jet fighters. Fleetpa says, don't care about the political stuff, Trek or not. Let's stay away from that. It's true. What does everyone think of Oto Aviation's Solera series of aircraft, like the Solera 500L or the 800L? I don't know. I don't know what they look like. Wow, Mike. F-14 was a good fighter, but it was basically built around the Phoenix missile. It's true. It was also huge. My dad acted as a co-pilot on one back in the 80s. So he was a Rio. And said it handled like a F4 that was low on fuel. Oh yeah, at low speeds they weren't good. But at low altitudes they were good. You get in a turning fight with that thing at low altitude with all that dense air, the F-14 just fucking rocks it. But higher altitudes, the performance isn't quite there. But higher altitudes is where it did its thing because it fired those Phoenix missiles from like 100 miles away, right? So, and they were nicknamed the tennis court because they were the size of a tennis court, the top of that fucking jet. So, yeah. Carlos says, that's awesome. I would love to fly a plane for just a moment, just for the experience. Yeah, it's fun. Vile Mike, but the F-14 did look effing cool. Fuck yeah, it did. Fleet Pa, I know Trek or not, the part about corruption was a bit too much, though. Olivia, is the flight book stuff the 1908 edition by Orville Wright? I'm off for the night. See ya. See you later, Trek or not. Olivia, you are attractive, Stuart. A trans woman told you that. Thank you. Fasturian. Blah, 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 blah. Just purchased the Utopia Planitia sourcebook from Modifius. Do you have a preference among any of the starship construction rules from the Star Trek RPGs over the years? Um, I don't know. I don't know. I've got the Utopia Planitia sourcebook, but I don't know which rules specifically you're speaking of. So it's a good question. No, Fleetpod's not gone. He's just saying goodnight to Trekyards. Matt Boardman, nah, none of the Akutagrams had anything that would be considered rude or inappropriate. Or lewd or inappropriate. Jaddock Productions, the Iran operated the Phantom back in the day. This was back when the old HMAS Melbourne, in an interesting turn, the Melbourne cut the HMAS Voyager in half just off the coast of Jervis Bay. Okay. Oops. Anyway, what to think of the Phantom? The F4? I love the F4s. I love that design. The only problem is it didn't have a gun. They didn't have internal guns because the military was under the impression that missiles like Sidewinders and Heat Seekers would be the new thing, and you're not going to get in close quarters combat fighting. Vietnam said otherwise. So instead, to modify them, they put like a gun attached to the bottom of the plane that actually worked with a little spinner that, as the plane was moving, it spun the thing, and then they could pull the trigger and fire from the gun that was externally mounted. I love the F4s though. It's a cool design. The F-14 replaced them, and I liked it even better. Fred says, love the F4s. Hell yeah. I like Fred. Carlo, going to run off. Thanks for the hang. Hope everybody has a wonderful day or night. Thank you for stopping by, Carlo. I gotta blow my nose. It's gross. Paul Hitchcock, there's a reason the Macross Valkyries were variable geometry wings, because F-14s are freaking badass. Hells yeah. Olivia, sorry Foley, but the Puggies outrank you on the cutest thing in the library. That's fair. Raven DeGray, I haven't had the chance to watch yet, but that TOS Nova class ship on the main channel that popped up looks effing sick. We'll go watch it. It is pretty cool. Robert Westfall, Solera series looks like an egg with Slim Jim wings. No excess of protrusions to create further turbulence. If Fleetpod could share an image of the Solera series, you'd see what I mean. Fred, the F4s did have a gun. It was in the F4Es. Oh yeah, the later versions, yes. Also, the F4Ds could have a gun pod on the belly. Yes, that's what I was talking about. But yeah, when they first made them, we're not going to need guns. We're fine. Yeah, no, you're not fine. You done fucked up on that one. Wow, Mike, F4s look like they stuck wings, jet engines, and a few missiles on a brick. It was like a bumblebee. How does it fly with such small wings? Because it just does. Yeah, but they look so great. I like them. Fleetpaw, thoughts on the gun that had a plane built around it, the A-10 Thunderbolt? Fucking yeah. That's fucking great. Yeah, the Thunderbolt's fantastic. The A-10 with the... anyway, they'd be good if an EMP hit. I have a book, a novel. It's called The War of the Worlds. It's like a modern version of War of the Worlds. This one. by Douglas Niles. War of the Worlds, New Millennium. What if Martians launched their attack tomorrow? And it talks about that. The A-10s could still fly and function because the EMP didn't affect them. This is a fucking great book, by the way. I cannot wait to get to these shelves and do my shelf by shelf series. This will be fun to talk about. So anyway, the A-10s are awesome. Raven de Grey, the F4 also looks sweet, and the A-10 was the jet they built around a gun. Yes. Yeah. Jaddock Productions, hey Cap, one of your noseberries is still hanging out of your left nostril. Yep. Fleet Paw, mods bickering for anyone playing bingo. Fred, the 20mm Vulcan cannon on the A-10s. I can't even do it. That's pretty good. Yeah, fucking great. Would not a sound I would not want to hear. Actually, you probably wouldn't hear it unless it was hitting your friends first and then coming back around. Festurian says, I mean, do you have a preference between the fastest starship construction rules, the last Unicorn Games rules? Not sure if they had starship construction rules or the Modifus rules. I don't know. I've never really played with the role play to construct the ships. I just get the books for the looking at the ships. So I honestly don't have a preference. And I've never actually technically played FASA. I've played Starfleet Battles, which is different, but I've used FASA miniatures for it sometimes. So, but I do have the Utopia Planitia book there. And I don't have a preference because I've never actually played the game in that way. So Matt Boardman says, love, love, love the A-10. That thing just looks mean. It's like the Defiant of the modern aviation world. Hell yeah. Especially with sick nose art. Yep. A-10 go brrrt. You'd feel the projectiles from an A-10 before you heard the sound. Oh, that's what I meant. So like you wouldn't hear it. Did you not listen? Do you not listen to what I say? Because I said you wouldn't hear it unless it was strafing your friends first and then came back around. But just to know they're in the area would be terrifying. Jaddock Productions. Imagine if they modified the A-10 to fire the 40mm grenade instead. It's like fuck you and everyone around you. It already is fuck you and everyone around you. Raymond Anders. I have been in an F4J in Fort Smith, the 188th Air Force in 87 when I was in JROTC. But I'm old-fashioned. Give me the 1945 P-51 Mustang. Yes. That is a Mustang that I respect. The P-51 all the way. Vile Mike. After the A-10 go brrrt, there is a fine red mist. Ah, indeed. Hopefully a good vintage. The Enemy. You okay, Lola? I think she's okay. The best kind of red mist. Unless it's from you. Just saying. So is everybody having a good time? You got 23 people and 23 likes. I like those numbers. 100% like ratio. Can we get above that, though? Are there people here now that haven't hit the like button yet and want to hit the like button? You know you do. Hit it and we can get above 100%. This is the way. Jaddock says, a fine industrial blood wine vintage. Who cares? Fred, I worked F4s, A10s, F15s, F16s, F22s, and F35s. You worked them? What do you mean, Fred? Robert Westfall, A10s, also known as warthogs, due to how they make fart sounds. Yes. Well, Mike, I would make a lot of fine red mist. Like if you got hit, you would make a lot. Fred says he's retired United States Air Force. So, all right, Fred. See, now I gotta ask, as an Air Force guy, what do you think of the F-14? Be careful. Choose your words wisely, my friend. I'm just kidding. Tell us the truth. What do you think of the F-14? Val Mike says, okay, I'm going to head out later, folks. Later, Val Mike. Thank you for stopping by. It's been a while. Pass on my greetings and salutations to all the other degenerates you hang out with. I'm not saying you're a degenerate, but you know what I'm saying. Chaddock Productions, what are your thoughts on the gunships? The big fly around the battlefield and those ones that no one can fucking see because they're just like they're just taking people out. They're fucking great, especially when you get them in Call of Duty or something, and you get to like be on them and shooting people on the ground using heat vision. It's like yes, they're great. Fleet Paw, later Val Mike. Good night. Jaddock says I'm talking about attack. I'm talking the attack copters, like the Apache or the Super Cobras. Super Cobras. I like Super Cobras. I like the design of those. Not a huge Apache fan, but I'm not opposed to them either. Yeah, I don't know any others ones right off the top of my head. So they're cool. I like helicopters. Robert Westfall, a fleet of A-10 Warthogs versus an old Japanese ACC. Fred, F-14 was a great jet, but the Navy needed to upgrade the jet, and it was too expensive to upgrade, so they got the FA-18s. Yeah, well, I know that, but what did you personally think of it? You said it's a great jet, but I don't know if it's an Air Force Navy rivalry thing. Like, fuck your plane. Fuck your particular plane. I don't know. I just think the F-14s are great. I wish they wouldn't have. I wish they would have gone ahead with the Super Tomcat program, which there's concept art out there for like what the next upgrade would have been. But yeah. Data Productions. One thing I'd love to do is be in on the gunner seat of one of those bitches. Yes. Fred liked it. All right. Is that just because I said choose your words wisely? I don't know. Paul Hitchcock. Not a huge Apache fan. Firebird has entered the chat. Okay. Just for looks wise, I prefer the look of the Super Cobras. Is all I'm saying. Don't get your panties in a bunch now. I own a G.I. Joe Dragonfly. That's a Super Cobra. I like it. Apparently, G.I. Joe did make an Apache, but it was like one of the last years that they did G.I. Joe, and I didn't know about it. So I just learned about it when I did my review of the Art of G.I. Joe book. So that was last week's episode. So yeah. Robert asked Fred, what would you say would win in a fight like what I mentioned? A fleet of A-10 Warthogs versus an old Japanese ACC. Well, there you go. Jaddock, does Canada still use the FN FAL rifle? I don't fucking know. Maybe, probably. Is it more than 50 years old and useless? Then yes, we probably still use it. Jaddock Productions, the ADF used to and then went to the Bullpup Og Styler F-88. Cool. Lieutenant Commander Raymond Anders, there is a new A-10 coming soon. It's the A-10 and F-35. As if an A-10 and an F-35 had a kid. Ooh, that sounds enticing. Will it be VTOL? Festurian. I have read a couple of Douglas Niles D&D novels. He did a fair amount of those. I don't know. I think I might have a few D&D novels, but I know that's I don't know if that's the only book I have of his, but yeah, it's a good book. I like the original War of the Worlds. I thought that one was really fantastic. You know. Dot, go lay down. Dogs. Paul Hitchcock, you own a dragonfly? Nice. I do. It's my childhood one. Jaddock says, "All right, Cap, I'm out. Gotta go hit the gym. See you later. Enjoy." SC Scout Guy, there is no new A10 coming. The F-35 is going to replace it. That's fucking sad. Anyhow. So yeah, like I was saying at the beginning of this whole thing, a week from this Wednesday, so this Wednesday I got a video coming out as usual. A week from that Wednesday is the first episode of Shelf by Shelf, the new series where I go through each of the shelves in the library here. Because all you guys ask, what's behind you? What's going on? So I'm going to do it shelf by shelf, because otherwise it would take, the videos would be like over an hour long each time. So I've got the first episode filmed. It's edited now. I got to upload it, but it'll be available a week from this Wednesday. So if you guys are interested, check it out. I'd appreciate that. If you're wondering what's in the library, I want to hear some cool stories about them. Fleet Paw. Dogs. I have like a zillion of the fuckers. And Raymond Andrews says night. Oh, I assume you're talking to Jaddock. Yeah. I've got 2 pugs and a chihuahua all in the same bed. That's not big enough for them. We are ordering them a bigger bed for up here because, damn. But it's kind of funny to see. I should probably show you guys. Not that you really care, but I don't really care either. You're going to see it anyway. 2 loaves of bread and I don't know what the hell Dot is. There's another bed right there. Eric Martin says, I woke up and look who's live. That's funny that you should say that, because when I was like doing this going, watch my new series starting next Wednesday, I was like, ah, shit, Eric hasn't been on this live yet. So I can't get close to the TV and freak him out. But now I can. And trust me, he's got a big ass TV, so this would look terrifying. Like I got bags under my eyes, nose hair. It's terrifying. Hi, Eric. How's it going? Fleet Paw. The F-35 couldn't even put one tire in the shoes of the A-10 they'll leave behind when she's finally retired. The A-10 is like the B-52. They'll be around for 150 years. I certainly hope so. Robert Westfall, I need to hit the sack, so permission to sign off for the stream. Permission granted. Get the hell out of here, Westfall. SC Scout Guy, shelf by shelf, day by day. A fresh start over a different hand to play. Raven DeGray, it's taken us 20 plus years to decide to fund the F-35. Buy the F-35, cancel the order, promise not to buy the F-35, go over a few more pitches of other jets, and then pick the F-35. Oh, well, our F-18s are rusting. That's fucking funny. Oh, and true. That's good. Festurian says, have you read The Legacy of the Aldenat? The Aldenat or Poseidon War. series, primarily by John Ringo. It is a fun Earth getting invaded series. I have not. I haven't even heard of it, but now I have. I'll look into it. Tootsie Roll. Say what? Fleet Paw, not as terrifying as if I were doing it, just saying. We all know that. Thank you, Fleet Paw. Eric Martin, that's not nice. Don Don is here. Hello, Don Don. Robert Westfall. Yes, sir. Good night. Good night. SC Scout Guy. I love that John Ringo series. One of the best I have ever read. Oh. Don Don. I just watched the production announcement trailer for my #1 highly anticipated streaming show of 2024, the final season of Cobra Kai on Netflix. Yes, Cobra Kai. Okay, listen. I watched all of Cobra Kai. I thought it was fun, but it's so fucking ridiculous. Nothing in that would know. It's so unrealistic. It's so just grow the fuck up and be human beings. It'll be interesting to see how it ends. It's fun, I suppose. I don't know. Paul Hitchcock, is the lack of 1 or 2 person fighters a shortfall in Trek? No, I wouldn't want to be in a fighter in Star Trek. Me and Sam have had this discussion. We actually did a video about fighters in Star Trek, and it seems like a terrifying prospect. It's certainly a death sentence under 95% of the situations you would be involved in. I wouldn't want to be in one in Star Trek, no. Fleet Paw, it's not a nice... I'm not a nice person, though, Eric Martin. You'll find that out soon enough. LOL. Notice how he didn't do evil laugh? He did LOL. You'll find that out soon enough. No, see, when you do that, you'll find out soon enough. You gotta do the evil laugh. Yeah. Just saying. Fleet Paw. Matt Boardman. Rachel's ex used to be a stunt coordinator for Cobra Kai. Yes, I knew this. That's pretty awesome. Still ridiculous, though. Don Don. Definitely fun for sure. Eric Martin. I don't want a Fleet Paw close-up. The therapy bills alone. And Fleet Paw, of course, on the ball, as always. Fleet Paw is awesome. He is the best. Fighters in Trek. There's the link, if anybody really gives a shit. You know, I haven't been talking long, but it feels like I've been talking for a long time. Maybe because I did a live earlier tonight. I don't know. So I think I'm probably going to wrap it up sooner than later, unless anybody has some amazing thing they want to talk about that might keep me here. Yeah, no, like Precious, who's in the middle, is overheating, and she's like, because she's got Lola pressed up against her side and Dot on the other side of her. Fleet Paw, your therapist would need therapy after seeing that, Eric Martin. Paul Hitchcock, Cobra Kai Season 2 ended with a massive karate fight in high school. It was awesome and ridiculous. And the whole series is awesome and ridiculous at the same time. So, yeah. So, Don Don, when is it airing? And where can people watch it? Just so they know. Here's these fucking dogs. SC Scout Guy. Stuart, we have to get you to watch Space Above and Beyond. It is only 1 season, and I know you will love it. Okay. Eric Martin says, I've been meaning to watch Cobra Kai. Oh, you should. Fasturian throws in $5. Thank you so much. Just for doing all this talking and reading. That's what I do, man. I talk and I read. But thank you for stopping by. And thank you for the super chat. It says here, let's celebrate their 3rd super chat on a live stream. You got a 3 with some balloons for your super chat. So thank you for choosing my stream to have your 3rd super chat on. I really appreciate that. And thank you for being here. My mouth is dry. Raven DeGray, all good, Captain. I've enjoyed the stream as always, and don't forget to buy yourself a beer from me. You deserve it. Thank you, Raven. I will. You have sent a $5 super chat. I will allocate that to the beer fund. I appreciate it. Above and Beyond was a fantastic show. Space Above and Beyond was a masterpiece. That sounds like I need to watch this. Don says, an official date on when the final season of Cobra Kai streams on Netflix. No official date, okay. Matt Boardman, the sad thing is they don't have Space Above and Beyond on any streaming service. I was just thinking I'm going to take a look and see if I can find it, but thanks for dashing those hopes, Matt. Although I am in Canada, so I don't know. We have different stuff on streaming services than you do. Maybe I'll take a look anyway. The only way to watch it is if you can find it on DVD on eBay or watch the episodes that people have uploaded to YouTube or on YouTube. Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. A crummy commercial. Don, I love that show. I hope Disney's 20th television would digitally restore and remaster Space Above and Beyond in high definition for streaming across Hulu and Disney Plus. That would be great. I don't know. Everybody's talking about this show. I don't know even what it's about. It's probably about space. Above and Beyond. I don't know. Paul Hitchcock, I have it on DVD. The home screen has a picture of Babylon 5 on it. Eric Martin, I'll loan Cap a box to watch it. Thank you. ST Scout Guy, the entire thing is on YouTube remastered. Well, there you go. Olam Drab, I have the DVD set of Above and Beyond. And Matt Boardman says, that's actually something that I want to do. I have all the CG files for all the episodes, and I want to see about pitching the idea to Disney and Fox. Excellent. It's on YouTube. The channel is Owen Davis. Thank you, Fleetpa. Should I watch it? Should I start watching it tonight? How long will it take to watch one season? How many episodes are there? I need information. Willem Drab. Above and Beyond is like a military serial of old school times, like Combat or Rat Patrol, but Space Marine pilots. Oh, sounds like it's right up my alley. Owen Davis. Owen Davies, sorry. SC Scout Guy, they are 45 minutes long and there are 24 episodes. Shit, son, so like a real season of something. Not 10 fucking episodes. That's great. That means I can't really sit down and watch half of them tonight. Should I watch some tonight? Possibly. Possibly. 23 episodes, okay. SC Scott Guy, I'm telling you, Stuart, you will love it. I'll remember you said that, and if I don't love it, there will be consequences. Stuart, we should do a watch party. Hell yeah. Raven DeGray, I'm going to check it out myself. You guys win. Fleetpaw says you should watch it. Everybody's told me I should watch it. So maybe I should watch it. I don't know. Cool. Soon you'll have a new definition for tank. Matt Boardman. It was done by some of the same guys who did the X-Files. Oh, nice. Nice. It's very nice. Okay, wow. All right, guys. Honestly, I think I'm going to call it there. Do it. It's one of those shows that everybody tells you to watch, and when you finally do, you're like, holy shit, why didn't I watch this sooner? Well, I might have to check it out now tonight. Check out a few episodes, maybe. All right, well, sorry, guys. I think I'm going to call it quits for tonight. That just got all the dogs woken up. Oh, God. So thank you for watching. I couldn't stay if I wanted to now because the dogs are all like uppity. So have yourselves a good night, and I'll see you maybe tomorrow night. I'll report in on Lola when she gets back from the vet, tell you how she's doing, how the surgery went, and all that jazz. Hopefully she'll be fine. And yeah, I might do a live tomorrow night. We'll see how I feel. That's all. It all boils down to that. So Eric Martin, don't be asleep tomorrow night. Let me know. No need to binge. You'll wish they made more. All right. Oh, thanks, Raven. Anyway, have yourselves a good night, guys. Thank you so much. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Look at that ratio. 23 people watching and 32 likes. And that's not my dyslexia speaking to me. That's an actual number. That's a cool percentage. I don't know what it is. I can't do the math. It's over 100, though. So thank you to everybody for watching. Have yourselves a great night, and I'll catch you guys later. Until then, I'm Captain Foley, signing off. Bye, everybody.